Hey guys, this is Thomas, your trusted advisor. I'm sure back in the beginning of the year, you must have some sort of New Year's resolution, right? Well, it's been 2 months already, and how's that coming along? You always have a vision of what you'd like to establish. You have this fantastic idea, but when you actually want to put it in action, you always feel less motivated. And by the time you realize it, it's already at the end of the year. Studies show almost 80% of people who make New Year's resolution have dropped them by the second week of February. What can you do if you're one of them? So in today's video, with the help of this book, Atomic Habits, I want to share 4 easy steps on how you can be more motivated, making less excuses, and able to break through your procrastination. And let's jump into it. Step number 1, protect your motivation and willpower. As a person who is in need of change and betterment, your first target should be finding your motivation. You probably heard it a couple of times before too, but let's figure out why motivation matters. You see, most people are being procrastinated because they never address the intensity of that need. In other words, their idea of goals and targets is unclear, imprecise, and indefinite. As a result, they keep procrastinating without actually doing something. The numerous what-ifs never manifest in reality because there isn't a driving force behind it. Take me for example. Back in my 20s, I always want to make more money. And the reason behind it, simply because my family tell me so. My friends always complain that things that are too expensive to buy. But I rarely define how much I want to make, what do I do once I make that income, and how am I going to achieve more. As a result, I spend more time dreaming than actually doing it. Until one day, I realized that I need to make and save a 6-figure amount so that I have a chance to say no. No to the job that I don't like. Say no to the task that I don't want to do. So you see, you need a driving force, a powerful idea, a motivational course to do something in order to see the result you always wanted. You need the difficulty to test and reinforce your motivation. Whether it's punctuality or empathy or smart work or any other parts of existence, you need an electric pulse to form a new habit. So, what if you're out of your comfort zone? The comfort zone is where old habits reside. But with enough willpower, you can drive your sentiments out of their comfort zone and form new atomic habits. Similar to another book, Start With Why by Simon Sinek, once you understand your why, the rest is easy. Step 2. Start small to end up big. Every change is significant. No matter how big or how small, how permanent or how temporary, the small brisk steps are equally important. As a matter of fact, atoms are the smallest complete particles to exist. These atoms go on to become something way bigger: vaccines, books, or even Thanksgiving turkeys. These are all collections of atoms. Each has a different composition, therefore different uses. Similarly, your atomic habits determine the whole of your personality. By starting with good habits, even if you start small, you will end up with a greater good. Grow by just 1% or a single tiny change each day, but make sure to make that one thing sticks with you until you get to the next 1% and each one after that. Let's do a simple math. If we can improve 1% better every day, and we do that for 1 whole year, you will end up 3,800% better already. Vice versa, if you are 1% worse every day for 1 whole year, then you lost 97% of the value. This is why small choices don't make much of a difference at a time, but add up over the long term. So all you need to do is just do one thing different every day that you know is good for you, and it will add up. Step 3. Redesign your environment to support new habits. Can you leave a want-to-quit smoking person behind in a room full of cigarettes and with other smokers? Nope, the goal is too hard, the impulse is too overpowering, and the environment is way too overstimulating. Habits breed on the circumstances they are practiced under. This is why gyms have upbeat songs, and when you go to spa, there's always a relaxation music. The author suggests 2 ways to design your environment to adapt new habits. One way is to make the action itself become super easy. He suggests a 2-minute rule. Chop your new habits into a 2-minute action and do it right away. For example, instead of reading every day, make it become reading a page. Instead of thinking you want to run for 30 minutes, just tie your running shoes first. Think that is simple and you can finish it under 2 minutes. The goal is not to complete the task. The key is to master the beginning of the habits. The other way to do this is temptation bundling. What do you like to do as hobby and tie that to your new habit? The book mentioned there's an electrical engineering student in Ireland. He enjoyed watching Netflix, but he also knew that he should exercise more often than he did. Putting his engineering skill to use, he modified his stationary bike and connected it to his laptop and television. Then he wrote a computer program that would allow Netflix to run only if he was cycling at a certain speed. The show will pause if it stops paddling, so instead of Netflix and chill, he managed to Netflix and bike. Neither way, the point is to break the current pattern and expand your comfort zone. Step 4. Believe in your possibilities. The most meaningful changes in life aren't always pleasant. They are here to test if you actually have faith in the dynamic nature of life and the habits you fill in with. Simply put, you need to have a firm belief in the fact that you're capable of building useful habits and quitting the ones that hold you back. It implies that you need to believe that another you, a new you, a better you is possible. On a more serious note, this also means that you don't just copy new habits that someone else practices. Believing in yourself and your space gives way to the concept that you can navigate your way around your life's obstacles. A couple years ago, I met a client who was in a heavy debt cycle. When I first met him, he was making minimum wage, but his credit card payments was more than 80% of his paid. One of the reasons that his debt was so high simply because he wanted to take a shortcut to financial freedom. Therefore, he joined many online guru classes, tapped out his credit card to invest, tried this and that. The thing is, this client never fully commit and practice. He jumped to the other boat before he saw the results. How we're able to bring him out of the debt was quite simple. Every time he wants to invest into a new opportunity, we reminded him the pros and cons for his action. And more importantly, we always ask the question, do you truly believe in yourself that this will create a better version of you? And how do you stick to that belief? You need to understand how capable you are finding solutions to your problems. It's your wall and your graffiti. You choose the design, color, theme, and ultimately the message you want to give to life. You see, habits require both thinking and doing. You cannot overthink and you cannot outdo yourself with constant work. Each habit has its developmental stage. All the habits you develop continue to develop you later on. It's on us to make something or make nothing out of our habits. It's all up to you. You can waste your time trying to justify your old habits or try to practice new ones. You can trace against the time or allow time to plot against you. When life gives us lemons, some make lemonade, some plant a seed and grow a garden, and some keep complaining about how they never liked lemons in the first place. And believe it or not, you get to choose which one you are. So, the first action you need to do is give this video a like, because with your action, it allows more people to see this video and make 1% difference in their lives. There's still tons of things in this book that I didn't go through, so I highly encourage you to read it. Remember, it's about making a small decision, making one action difference every time, and I'm sure you'll be 38 times better a year from now. Thanks for watching this. This is Thomas, and I will see you in the next video.